On Sunday, we are thrilled that Jordan Bernstein and Spencer Rubin are going to come to Temple. They're going to get dressed up and come up underneath the hoopah to get married. And we are so thrilled. And I know that we have a Rowan here today. And I was wondering, Rowan, if you will bring up your dad and your mom, Jordan, and if you will bring them up to come up to the Viva with you. Is that okay? Will you come on up here with me? Come on up. Come join us up here. Rowan, one day you will light the candles. I know that will be sooner rather than later, but today, Jordan is going to light the candles.
Come on.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat. We're going to sanctify Shabbat with Kiddush. Rowan, here you go. Perfect. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho, be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehillah, lemikra'e kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim, ki banu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, be'ahava uvratzon, hinachaltanu, Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, do you want to take a sip? Let's take a sip. That is sweet. Is that good?
Good job, Rowan.
Awesome. Thank you, Rowan. Rowan, would you be willing to go take a seat? Is that okay? Perfect. Come on. I'm going to invite the congregation to please rise. It's hard to believe that we are here at this moment. The two of you bring such positivity to each other's lives and to the world. The two of you have been thoughtful in the ways that you inspire one another, the ways that you choose to grow with one another, things that you choose to collect with one another, the way that you are parenting with one another. There is intentionality and love and kindness and goodness. And our world is a better place because of it. I get the opportunity to do lots of blessings for you this weekend. It's awesome. There's the Shabbat brachot, and then I'll say a blessing at the end of the wedding ceremony. I've planned it all. But here, the two of you have chosen to do a blessing in front of your community, with your families. To be here in this space that has meant something to you, to the generations of your family, and to the generations that will come forth from your family. And so we say, Mikor HaChaim, Mikor HaAhava, source of life and source of love. B'diuk k'fi she'ata barach et avotenu v'imotenu gam, yitachen yivarach et hakala v'chata. Just as you blessed our ancient ancestors, our mothers and our fathers, sustain this kala, this Jordan, this chatan, this groom, Spencer. May you extend blessings on them. And we all pray that the two of you are blessed with abundant love, with unity, with tranquility and partnership, continuing a bond of friendship that is truly inspiring. And as you navigate the chapters of your life, as you build your family, may you find joy in your shared adventures as companions and as friends. Let your enthusiasm for Torah and for learning, your pursuit of wisdom, and for the ma'asim tovim, the good deeds that you do each and every day, continue to grow and fill our world and nourish your soul. Stay steadfast and loyal to the goodness within yourselves, and may your home be a sanctuary of love, of laughter, of practices and customs and rituals that resonate. And as you embark on this exciting new journey together, may God bless you with shalom and shlemut, with peace and with wholeness. And together we all say, Amen.
Jordan and Spencer are making their way down back into the community. Take the time to acknowledge.
Thanks. With the sweetness of Jordan and Spencer's simcha fresh in our minds, we take the opportunity to acknowledge the joy, the simcha, the celebration, the blessings in our own lives. This week's Torah portion is actually full of blessings. The prophet Balaam is hired by the Moabite king, Balak, to curse the Israelites into oblivion. But when the time comes for Balaam to curse the Israelites, only blessings come out of his mouth. So we take the time this evening to acknowledge the blessings in our own lives. So if there is an accomplishment you are wanting to share, something you're grateful for that happened over the course of the week, please raise your hand so we can celebrate your simcha together. Yes? Amazing, mazel tov. Just in case anyone didn't hear, we have a new member of the Jewish community. Wallace said that he completed his Beit Din and joined the Jewish community today. Any other simchas? Yes.
Yesterday I celebrated 2 years at my job. Graciously blessed me with 2 years ago.
Amazing. Celebrating 2 years at a job. Yes.
Wednesday I had lunch with a newly discovered high school classmate from Elizabeth, New Jersey. And of course, we had a lot of catching up to do, a lot of mutual friends, and a lot of really nice stories.
Nice. The simcha of reuniting with old classmates and friends. Your aunt celebrated her 50th birthday? That's amazing. Mazel tov.
My 99-year-old dad was over to visit me the other day, and I had 4 generations visiting at the same time. My little grandchildren, my daughters, and my mother.
That is certainly something to celebrate. 4 generations under one roof. Anyone else? Well, for all of these blessings, these simchas, and for those that have gone unsaid, we offer the words of Shechechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Shechechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Of our blessings and the joy in the air, we turn to welcoming the sweetness and joy of Shabbat with the words of L'chadodi.
Lecha dodi ligrat kala yalalai 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 pnei Shabbat nekapela Lecha וחתותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. שמור וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשמו תפארת ולתהילה. בחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. בחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי היא מקור הברכה. לראש מקדם המשוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. לחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נקרא. בחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. בחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי כלה, בואי כלה, בחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. בחדותי לקראת כלה, יללה, 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 פני שבת לקבלה. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Yay, la 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 la. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
During my year in Israel, my first year of rabbinical school, I I traveled one Shabbat to Tel Aviv with a few of my classmates. After a day of exploring and eating good food, we made our way to the beach where hundreds of plastic chairs had been laid out for a special, egalitarian, progressive Kabbalat Shabbat on the sand. Slowly, I watched the sun, once high and beating down, slowly begin to descend throughout the course of our singing. Psalm after psalm, it inched its way towards the horizon until it dipped just beneath the waves, just as we concluded the words of Lecha Dodi and began the Baruch Hu. It felt as if we had quite literally welcomed the Shabbat bride into our midst, and we were just then ready to pray. This experience, watching the day transform into night right before our very eyes, made the prayer that followed, Ma'ariv Aravim, all the more poignant. Though the sunset is still a couple hours away from us here in Charlotte right now, I hope we all can lean into the beauty of those transitional moments as we move from the day that has ended into the evening and Shabbat.
Roll into dark,
Roll into light,
night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night.
Asher Anohi Titzavecha Hayom Alevavecha Veshinantam Levanecha V'dibarta bam V'shivtecha B'vitecha U'lechtecha V'derech U'shochbecha U'vkumecha U'kshartam le'ot Al yadecha V'chayu letotafot Bein einecha U'ktavtam Al mizuzot beitecha U'visharecha Leman tizkeru Va'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'hitem kadoshim Elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem Be'eretz Mitzrayim Liot lachem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together.
Malchutecha ra'uvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Ze'elianu ve'amru Ze'elianu ve'amru Adonai Iloch le'olam va'ed Adonai Iloch le'olam va'ed Yai lai lai yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 lai
We move from that expansiveness and jubilation of the Song of the Sea into the vulnerability of nighttime. We pray that God spread over us a Sukkot Shalom, a canopy of peace as we go to bed tonight, and that we wake to life renewed in the morning. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Ve'hamidinu malkeinu le'chayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom Vehamidenu Malkeinu lechaim Baruch atah Adonai Haporei sukat shalom Aleinu ve'al kol amor Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim
The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat, observing Shabbat throughout the ages as a covenant for all time. We join together in the words of Vishamru.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם לדורותם ברית עולם לדורותם ברית עולם Elohe Avraham, Elohe Yitzhak, Elohe Yaakov, Elohe Sarah, Elohe Rivka, Elohe Rachel, Elohe Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaHanorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei HaKol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot V'imahot, Umevik Geula Livnei V'nehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechaye HaKol Atah Rav Hoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechaye HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somach Noflim Berofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Mihamocha Ba'al Gevurot, Umitam Elach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umasmiach Yeshua, Nanatah lehachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechaye hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalevu chasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We now continue silently with the words of your heart. You may be seated when you're done.
Ose shalom bimro'am, uyase shalom aleinu. Me'al kol Yisrael be'imeru amen. Shalom bimro'am, uyase shalom aleinu.
time to offer prayers of healing to those in our lives who are in need of strength, of restoration, and of wholeness. We'll project the names of many of those in our Temple Beth El community who are in need of healing. And if there's anyone in your life who you are thinking about on this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name out loud as my eyes meet yours. We offer the words of Misha Berach, our hopes that they have a refuah shlema, complete and whole healing.
It's on. I want to invite forward Mitch and Tonda Rifkin, who happen to be in this, I don't know how this happened, the same row as Jordan and Spencer. So we have gonna be married on Sunday and 40 years of marriage all in the same row. If you'll come forward. And again, I invite the congregation to please rise. I knew that you'd make a joke. I want you to know that.
More to come. More to come.
Celebrating 40 years of marriage this month. It is an incredible thing. Tonda and Mitch, as we gather here today, celebrating your enduring union, your love story, blossoming from the chance encounters and friendships that testifies to the beautiful journey and companionship and commitment that the two of you have. First, it is awesome to do this blessing for you who have given so much to our congregation. As a past president of our community, as a founder of our gift shop, as involved members in our community who have helped to make our community what it is. In the divine presence of the sanctuary, with a window that I know that you had a hand in helping to make happen. In this divine presence, we honor your courage, your relentless quest for family and family life. A shared vision of love and laughter that has been your beacon, guiding you both in making decisions and traversing difficulties, and solidifying a love that grows deeper and stronger with each and every day. As we lift our hearts in prayer, we express our gratitude to the blessings that grace your lives. The miracles of your children, Molly and Kyle, the joyous arrival of your grandsons, and the fruits of patience and perseverance and profound love. In recognizing your expansive love, today I offer a prayer for your extended family, of friends, too, who enrich your lives. We pay homage to the unwavering mutual support of your resilience and health struggles and your consistent faith that manifests in steadfast prayer, even during challenging times. Looking to the future, our prayers for you, Tonda and Mitch, is to continue living fully each and every moment, embracing each and every day with vitality and joy. May your travels be safe as you explore new places, deepen friendships, and continue to find joy in each other's company. We honor your commitments to your Jewish faith, acknowledging your contributions to temple and beyond, your unwavering support in these endeavors as you share faithfulness, are a beacon to all of us in our community. And it is with great pleasure that I bless the two of you with the threefold benediction which is at the very center of the Torah. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, may God's radiance continue to shine upon you and be gracious to you. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And may God journey with you in your lives. May God bless you with the most important blessings of all, the blessing of shalom, of peace, and shlemut, of wholeness. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will. And let us all say, Amen.
Amen.
Mazel tov. You be seated. On Sunday, I returned from our congregation's Israel trip with a few people who are here in our congregation this evening. It was a fabulous trip, really incredible. Our phenomenal tour guide, Uri Feinberg, had a way of telling stories, of giving examples that transported us back in time. And whether it was in Jaffa or Tel Aviv or Jerusalem or in the Golan or on Masada, each location, each place had a story, had really many stories, of course. Each story encapsulating the essence of our people's resilience and hope through pain and struggle and sometimes great difficulty. Israel stands at the intersection of history and tradition and modernity. And through the dynamic stories that Uri was able to tell us, he was able to sort of transport us through time and space to experience all of that transition at once. While in Jerusalem, Uri shared the story of the destruction of the first temple and the exile of our people to what is modern-day Iraq. This monumental event marked the genesis of a Jewish presence in Iraq, a presence that lasted for more than 2 millennia until the establishment of the State of Israel 75 years ago. And Uri had us imagine the magnitude of these events, the devastation caused by Nebuchadnezzar's destructive actions and uprooting our people from their homeland. Both Babylonian and Jewish texts show and tell the stories about how these historical events. From the Babylonian side, and the tablets that we find in Iraq about the conquest and exploit of Israel. And from the Jewish side, pain and misery and destruction. We can almost feel the despair as our ancestors witnessed their sanctuary, the Beit HaMikdash, the first temple, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, plundered and desolated and destroyed. The trauma was so profound that it struck the nation to its core. And at the time, our prophets wept amidst the ruins of our holy spaces and the remains of those slain in the conquest. Our ancestors were faced with an incredibly painful and difficult plight. Yet amidst such desolation, they discovered hope too. The prophet Ezekiel shared his message of rebirth and renewal to the exiled community in Babylonia. It included a vision of a valley of dry bones, a sort of gruesome yet powerful story, an allegory, the bones in the valley devoid of life, gradually reanimated and regaining flesh and sinew until the breath of God imbued them with life again. This was not just a prophecy about mass resurrection. It was a message to the people about the restoration of our nation's breath, the rekindling of hope amidst despair, a return and renewal of our people, a recognition that the memory of our beloved dead will live on. It was a prophecy about the knowledge that there may be great pain and difficulty, yes, but there is a future still possible, still bright, still yearning, still able to come again. Our tour guide explained that Ezekiel's ancient prophecy served as an important message through countless cycles of exile and oppression. Time and again, we found ourselves at the mercy of Romans and Spaniards and French and Turkish and English and Russians and Germans and other modern-day oppressors. Over and over again, our people held out that from the ashes of destruction, hope could be resurrected. From despair, potential arose. And with faith in God and support of one another, we could always find strength to rise again. There is no better example of this than Yad Vashem, the Holocaust memorials and museums. Nestled on the slope of Mount Herzl in Jerusalem, the Yad Vashem memorial stands as a solemn space overlooking the city of Jerusalem. And our educator, Uri, brilliantly framed how the architectural design of the museum part of it, a fusion of strength and symbolism, serves as an integral part of the overall experience. The museum building, with its angular form and concrete exterior, imparts a sense of gravity and resilience, mirroring the weight and magnitude of the Holocaust. Upon entering the museum, you're guided through a series of interconnected spaces meticulously designed to evoke a profound emotional and historical journey. And the spatial layout and intentional choreography led us from the vibrant pre-war world to the darkest depths of the concentration camps, and then out towards the light of liberation. Natural light, a metaphorical presence, permeated the museum's design. And the museum's design allows the narratives of the Holocaust victims and survivors to take center stage. The building itself silently bears witness to the immense suffering endured during the Holocaust, while also fostering an environment of reflection and empathy, of remembrance, and concluding with a future sense of possibility. The Holocaust was not our end. Hitler does not have and will never have a posthumous victory. Victory. Upon exiting the museum, you cannot help but see a vibrant Jerusalem, humming along too. After we said the mourner's Kaddish, after we gathered together as a group, we went to Machane Yehuda. And it was, for I think a lot of people, a whiplash of all whiplashes. Because we were there on Friday afternoon, and it was a bustling outdoor market in Jerusalem. And we enter this vibrant, lively atmosphere filled with enticing aromas and fresh produce and aromatic spices and sizzling street foods. And the market pulsated with energy as locals and visitors alike weaved through the narrow alleys, exploring the colorful stalls and engaging in conversations. If Yad Vashem reminded us of the darkest depths of humanity's capacity for hatred, the Machane Yehuda represented Ezekiel's rebirth and renewal, celebration of life, culture, and resilience. It showcased the spirit of Jerusalem, where diverse communities come together to create a tapestry of culinary traditions, flavors, and experiences. The market's lively ambiance and the interaction between merchants and customers stood as a testament to the city's present and hopeful future. And yet, just a few days later, our tour group drove along the border fence of the Palestinian areas, and we saw Palestinian villages and Israeli settlements, and we explored the moral and ethical and human challenges confronting Israel. We saw all of that. The birth of our people, our journey from slavery to freedom, the building of a faith and culture, the destruction and desolation and exile, rebirth and renewal and return and rebuilding, pain and suffering, vibrancy and extreme moral challenges. Our Israel trip had it all. So often the discourse surrounding Israel and Zionism, particularly in the United States, is often polarizing. Many view Israel with an absolute, unquestioning affection for a country that can do no wrong. But this oversimplification does a disservice to Israel. It leads to a one-dimensional understanding of its complexity, ultimately causing more harm than good, I think. And there are others, including many in the Jewish community, who believe that Israel can do no right. But that perspective, too, often really limits the ability to see the beauty and the nuance and the struggle that Israelis deal with on a day-to-day basis. Trying to figure out what the essence of Israel is, about what it stands for, about how the society moves forward. Those who say that Israel can do no right are not really seeing Israel for the complexity that exists of a strong LGBTQ plus community and advocacy of hundreds of thousands of people marching for 30 weeks to support a democracy and independent judiciary, of people like my friend Ari who are working for nonprofits designed to support refugee asylum seekers from African countries, or the peace organization like Roots building bridges with extremists when extremists on both sides want to tear down cooperation. The Israel Can Do No Right crowd are literally missing a vibrant free press, a democratically elected government, a judiciary that frequently rules against the government, a politically active academia, multiple political parties, and probably more journalists per capita than anywhere in the world. As a community and as a people who have managed to resurrect hope amidst despair, I hope that further trips to Israel and Israel engagement at Temple Bethel really helps us to foster a nuanced understanding of Israel. I hope that we can widen the scope of the discourse to include diverse perspectives and challenge the narratives that we engage with. But we shouldn't stop there. What this recent journey convinced me of as a rabbi is the absolute need to go beyond politics. We need to move beyond the often brittle connections that politics create and delve deeper into understanding Israel. What this journey made so clear to me and reminded me over and over again is that Israel is not a political identity. It's a nation brimming with a rich cultural tapestry, a world-class art scene, renowned higher education institutions, a booming tech industry, a vibrant religious life. It's a country molded by the stories of immigrants from over 100 countries. It's a state that is filled with respected religious minority groups who are often overlooked by outsiders. Israel is its people. It is their dreams, it is struggles, it is their triumphs, and it is their challenges too. As a rabbi of temple, I want to redefine our relationship with Israel. I want us to encourage our congregation to not only read about Israel, but to go there, to study there, to do business there. Let's engage with the people and understand their dreams and their fears, their triumphs and their struggles. Our support for Israel should be nuanced and informed, critical when necessary, and always unwavering in its commitment to Israel's security and success. To me, this is what it means to have a real relationship. Not just an idea of a place, but a complex, messy, beautiful, imperfect, beloved reality. Is Israel perfect? It is absolutely not. Is the United States perfect? Not this week. It is absolutely not. Our country is not perfect, and we shouldn't expect perfection from others too. We can embrace the beauty and strength along the flaws and foibles all at once. Our affection is not a simple, unidimensional adoration, but a complex understanding that combines acknowledgement of shortcomings with a celebration of accomplishments. Because to engage with Israel means to be clear-eyed about Israel's enemies and Israel's imperfections. And this is a kind of love that is not blind. It sees all aspects of Israel, the glorious and the grim, the virtuous and the vexing. As we concluded our journey, we sang the words of Hatikva, Israel's national anthem, the hope. Partially because I don't have the best voice, when we sang it, we rendered it with a grace note of humility about what Israel can be. This is hope. And this hope is not an illusory or fanciful one. It is anchored in the reality of Israel's present and potential and future. When we embrace all the parts that make Israel whole, the Jerusalem stone and the Roman arches, the sun rising on a man with his vegetables, and an Israeli Arab kid playing soccer with an Israeli Jewish kid, Harry Potter in Hebrew, and wind rustling in the olive trees, gnarled and beautiful and still producing fruit. These intricate details, they weave a tapestry of Israel, a tapestry that is vibrant as it is diverse. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Knight, for giving us a lot to wrestle with. Aleinu, it is on us to ask those hard questions, to have those hard conversations, to build that world of wholeness that we envision. I invite you to please rise as we pray the words of Aleinu together.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tetu l'yotzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'piyei haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adam shelo samchalkinu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, ba'anachnu korim, u'mishachavim u'motim, lifnei melech, malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu, v'ne'emar v'haya Adonai, lemelech al kol ha'aretz, bayom hahu, yehyeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. Please be seated. In this week's Torah portion, we read of the deaths of both Miriam and Aaron. After Aaron dies, the Torah states that the house of Israel grieved for 30 days after his death.
a custom that continues to be a part of our mourning cycles today. Conversely, the mention of Miriam's death is brief, one verse with no mention of any mourning. And yet, in the verse immediately following the announcement of her death, we read that the community was without water. The association of these two events has provided the foundation upon which the sages of the Talmud built a beautiful legend about Miriam's well, asserting that a well of fresh water followed Miriam as she wandered with her people throughout the desert. Today, we remember Miriam and the sustenance and spiritual nourishment she provided the Israelites. So too can the memories of our loved ones provide us sustenance to our souls. And we feel their gifts, their legacies, long, long after they are gone. This week, Temple Beth El marks with sadness Shloshim, the 30 days of mourning period. Bel Edelman Cannon, Ron Carmone, Michael John Nabel, Susan Mayer, Mitch Ryder, Sarah Schatz, Rodney Woodrum. And the community marks the yard sites of Philip Abel, Muncie Abrams, Corinne Balaban, Ellie Benadava, Benjamin Benson, Bertha Pass Berry, Samuel Blumenthal, Abram Brightman, Wendy Williams Cohen, Milton M. Cohen, Sarah Cohen, Marlene Ecker, Helen Engel, Richie Fierstein, Yigal Frank, Alan Friedlander, Samuel Friedman, Emily Goldfarb, Anne Gordon, Sydney Grossman, William Francis Haggerty, Hermine Hersfeld, Daniel Jacobson, Terrence Kendrick, Joe Krasner, Eva Lerner, Sylvia Levin, Margaret Lewis, Edgar Lewis, Abraham Lichterman, Leo Lieberman, Rachel Maliver, Dorothy Marinson, Wilford Miles, Dorothy Miles, James Stephen Mills, Lawrence Myers, Manuel Nadelson, Natalie Osher, Cecile Redlich, Ralph Reddig, Ida Rosen, Simon Schwab, Enid Sapkowitz, Mayor H. Silverman, Anne Siminoff, Gloria Sitzman, Louis Stahl, Molly Q. Vygotsky, May Wallace, Mildred Weinstein, Andrew Otto Wilson Sr., Caroline Yaffe, Robert Udell, Alan Zachary, Hyman Zaidman. If there's anyone else in the community who is mourning, in a period of mourning or observing a yard site, I invite you to please rise and share their name out loud. We rise together as a community with the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yit Gadal Vayit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Be'alma Divra Hirte Yomlich Malchute. Bechayechon Uvyomechon Uvkaye de Kol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala Uvisman Kari V'imru. Yehe Shmei Rabbah Mevarach Le'olam Ulmei Almaya. Yitbarach V'yishabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitraman V'yitnaseh. V'yithadar V'yithalev V'yithalal Shemei Dekudusha. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechmata da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru.
Ose shalom b'imromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen.
You may be seated. Is Val here? I haven't seen. No? Okay. Well, we were going to have Val Rosenquist, Pastor Val Rosenquist here with her students and their families from First United Methodist Church. We welcome you to Temple Bethel, and I want to thank you for joining us today. Also, we want to thank, of course, Ken Roskin. Thank you, and student Rabbi Ali Carpel. We've got a lot of new faces on Bima today, which is a great thing. But also, Dr. Kevin Estes. Did I pronounce that correctly? Okay, great. It's his first time playing with us. So thank you. I want to just a few announcements. One is to a reminder that we are in the registration period for Wild Acres, which is our congregation's awesome retreat that happens on the Blue Ridge Parkway from September 1st through September 3rd. Registration is happening now. You can grab a flyer in the lobby or visit our website. I want to remind everyone that your temple commitment, we are taking temple commitments for the 23-24 year. If you have questions, give us a call, or please make your temple commitment. It helps us make temple happen. And also, if you have yet to enroll your kids in a religious school, now is the time to reach out and help. If you have any questions, please reach out to Kim, and we are thrilled. And we're going to conclude with the words of Od Yavo Shalom.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom, salam, aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat Shalom.